Hello, welcome back to the event. I'm your host Jay Howard, and I have with me Bargo's Journal Raju. We just talked about the X-Men trilogy versus the Dark Knight trilogy, and we talked about a slew of other things like the Avengers and Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger, a whole bunch of stuff. Now it's time to talk about Katt Williams. Katt Williams is my man, but he's losing his damn mind. That's right. Katt Williams is gone stone crazy. He slapped some white guy in Target. He got chased by the police. He just went to jail for something endangerment with his kids and having drugs or guns or something. It's just crazy. Are you a Katt Williams fan, Bargo?
Yes, I love his stand-up. I think the last one I saw was from 2009 though, so it's been I haven't kept up with him over the years, over the last couple of years, but yeah, definitely some crazy stuff as of this last month or so. It's just been. He threw a brick in some lady's car or something.
Man, Katt is losing it. He's losing.
What I like is the fact that he's diverse in the stuff that he's doing. Nothing's the same. It's always some new crazy thing.
That is crazy. Look, man, check this out. Katt Williams, in my opinion, out of the new generation of comics, Katt Williams is a beast, a flat-out dog with it. Yeah. He's funny. He tells the truth in his humor. Katt Williams, he tells the truth in his humor. But You can also see in his humor, you can see a dark side of him that something is terribly wrong in his life. I'm talking about even at his high points, you can see in his stand-up that there's something going on that's bothering him. Let me ask you a question, not to deviate away from Katt Williams, because I want to stay on Katt Williams. Name some of your top comedians. Give me 3 comedians.
Patton Oswalt, Louis C.K., Bill Burr.
That's 3. That's enough.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Now, compared to Katt Williams, whether you put those, where does Katt Williams, where is he at with those 3 comedians that you like?
I would say he's pretty close. I mean, his stuff is pretty solid. I would say he's in that tier.
Yeah.
I don't really, some comics are they have more intelligent things to say. And then some are more story-driven, and they're just about how interesting the story can be. And some are observational. So, everybody's good, but they're all elite. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Those guys plus Katt Williams, those are elite guys.
And the reason I asked is I know you're a filmmaker and you know about these things. That's the point I was making about Katt Williams being at the height of his game. And you can tell us some pain. What do you think went wrong with Katt Williams? I mean, he was doing all these movies, hosting all these roasts on Comedy Central, getting commercials. He had a couple of TV shows. I think he had 2 TV shows he was featured in. What do you think happened?
I'm assuming drugs. I know. A lot of his stand-up, he talks about smoking weed. Hey, if you got nothing else to do, you got no job. What? Why are you not smoking weed? You know what I mean?
Katt Williams is a fool.
So I think a lot of people use that as an escape or kind of self-medication or whatever. But that might have been a gateway to other things. Who knows?
Yeah, it is, because the last thing I saw of Katt Williams was kind of hilarious. He was doing a concert. It was on YouTube, and he started getting heckled by somebody in the audience. And Katt Williams, in my opinion, he's one of the best guys, other than Richard Pryor, at defending himself against a heckler. But he lost his composure, taking off his chain, talking crazy, how he gonna whoop the dude and everything. And before you know it, one of his friends came out. So I guess it was somebody in his crew. He was like, "Yeah, I wanna apologize for my man Katt Williams. He had some of that Cali cocaine." He was saying some crazy stuff, dude. He was like, God. "Yeah, he's high right now," and it's really, I swear to God, I had a moment. It was how you say like a flat line. I was like, his career is over with. Then I wound up going to the movies to see the Django Unchained, and I saw a preview for another scary movie that he was going to be. I think it's a scary movie that he's going to be. You know the scary movie franchise? I think he's going to be in the latest one. Do you think Katt Williams is done in Hollywood?
Well, when you're talking about the apology of the friend on stage, I was just thinking that's such a quintessential Hollywood thing. Some Hollywood celebrity is just high on coke, and he just can't handle, he's tweaking or whatever. And it's like that's part of the culture of Hollywood that's really kind of messing things up for people, where they're kind of in this invincibility, and they're given all these privileges, and especially young people, and if you don't have that kind of mind, body, spirit balance in your life, like, you can easily go off the rails. And I think that's kind of what's happening to Cat Williams.
Now, compared to let's compare Lindsay Lohan to Cat Williams, right? Who is damaged the most? Who has been damaged the most by Hollywood? Lindsay Lohan or Cat Williams?
By Hollywood?
Well, because you threw it out there. You said, yeah, okay, Hollywood. I don't really agree with that.
I would have to say Lindsay Lohan.
Hold on. I don't really agree with that when you said that Hollywood does it. But since you said it, I'm going to use that as a question.
Well, I think it's that celebrity culture in general. That if you're not ready for the fame and ready for all the things that come with it, then you can easily be crushed, egotistically, or drugs or whatever, privileges you can get. I mean, to answer your question, I'd say Lindsay Lohan had it worse. I think mainly because, her family was really kind of using her in a lot of ways, and she got in this pattern and kind of became burnt out by over partying and really hanging out with the wrong crowd of people. It's harder, I think, I shouldn't say harder, but it's more impactful when you're younger. And that's the thing with Lindsay Lohan.
Well, I would say this. As far as the using her part, I don't know if her parents technically used her. I think with Lindsay Lohan, I just think that it came all too fast. And I think she was spoiled by her parents and spoiled by Hollywood. On Cat Williams' other hand, I think everything Cat Williams is doing now, he was doing before he became a famous comedian. I think he always smoked weed. I think he always liked to party. I think he was always an upbeat guy. But I just think with the money that he makes now, and he's a little arrogant now from making a lot of money and being famous, that it's just going to a higher level. That's what I think Cat Williams' problem is. And I do think deep down inside, the one thing Cat Williams has in his favor that can save his career, that he's an intelligent guy. He's not just a funny guy. Like, we left out the stuff about Faison Love when he was TMZ called him in the parking lot, and the guy said, "Did you pull a gun on Faison Love?" And he said, "What, he's telling street business?" Cat Williams has this fake, to me, toughness. Do you think he's really a tough guy? I mean, let's keep it real. Do you think Cat Williams is a tough guy?
I think he can motor mouth. I think he can out motor mouth you.
Yeah, lip boxer.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really see him as being like a physically tough guy.
Why? Because he's short?
No, I don't know. Maybe I just don't see him as being like a violent dude, but somebody that will just like out talk you and get louder than you and be faster in what he's gonna say.
Yeah,
like, that's how I see it.
And he'd probably take both of those earrings out and poke you with both of them and kill you. So that was our take on Cat Williams. We're gonna go to commercial. We come back. We're gonna talk about politics, Obama, and a whole bunch of other things on The Vent with Jay Howard. Peace, Bargo.